One man, one mission, to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.
Warriors, welcome to episode number 103 of the Anxiety Guy podcast. Dennis Simsek here with you, and today I have a very powerful message for you. Today, it's about the 10 signs you're on the road to recovery from anxiety. Knowing that you're moving in the right direction and doing the right things will contribute greatly to creating the reality that you want in your life. But before I get into that, guys, I want to go over a question. Aaron sent me this question. I thought it was quite important to answer. Aaron says, why do I always feel like I take 3 steps forward and 3 steps back when it comes to my mental, emotional, and physical health? Love what you are doing for people. Thank you very much, Dennis. Now, can you relate to this? I know I can. I know I can remember the days where I was putting in the work, I was putting in the time, I was putting in the good stuff, the CBT, NLP, but you know what? I just wasn't getting to where I wanted to go. And it's quite a common cycle for a lot of people. And here's the answer. You will sabotage all the good knowledge, the advice, and the information you get if the way you see yourself and what you think your self-worth is different than the information that you're getting. What it's about, guys, is it's about identity. If it doesn't match, it gets sabotaged. It's like taking 3 steps forward and 3 steps back. You may be gaining the right information. You may be doing the right things. You may be implementing a mental transmutation where you're going from one way of thinking to another. You may be doing all the right things, but it doesn't match. The cards just don't match between how you see yourself and the information that you're getting. Your subconscious mind is wired to achieve goals. Let's understand this. The problem is it creates on the outside what it perceives on the inside. So if you perceive yourself as being someone who is very sensitized, someone who is anxiety, someone who has a mental illness, as they call it, or emotional problems, if you're taking that route, you are going to sabotage all the great information and all the great advice that you get from other people. You may be doing programs, you may be doing therapy, you may be doing one-on-one coaching. It doesn't matter. You're going to sabotage it. We want to stop seeing ourselves in such a limited manner. We want to stop falling victim to society's way of keeping us attached to a reality of lack. This is the truth. Think about this for a second. Society and growing up preached lack. When you came to this planet, you were limitless, a blank slate, ready to go. You could create anything you wanted. You had the capabilities, you had the nervous system in your body and in your heart, separate nervous systems. You were ready. You were portraying a vibration that would manifest anything that you wanted in this world. What happened? People began filling you with all sorts of crap, garbage, information that they got from their parents, their teachers, their school's curriculums. This is stuff that began limiting our imagination and our creativity to the point where we have none. We have none. And we begin to indulge in ways that are not productive as far as gaining some kind of pleasurable state, whether that's through food or anything like that. We embrace this way of living, and I'm tired of it, and you should be tired of it as well. So I want you guys to understand that answer at a very deep level and stop sabotaging your recovery, taking 3 steps forward and 3 steps back. Enough is enough. It's time to begin viewing ourselves and our future in a different manner and begin viewing our past in a way where it helps us. If you're holding on to information that is not serving you for the better, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Because it's familiar? Because it's consistent with what's been there for a long time? If it's not helping you see it in a different light and gain a lesson from what happened in your life. Let's get into it. Number one reason, number one way that you can find out that you're moving in the right direction and overcoming anxiety, what is it? Number one, you understand how you create your reality now. You understand how you create your reality. Now, how do you create your reality? Okay? Your circumstances do not create your reality. Okay? Here's how you create your reality. Ready? Information comes in through your five senses. You gather it. And then that information gets filtered in your brain. It gets filtered through your memories, your decisions, your beliefs, your values. There's a filter system there. Then that information gets stored in your brain, in your body, in your energetic field. Then that stored information, my friends, turns into habits, and your habits turns into reality. Your habits turn into reality. I want you guys to truly understand this. Habits can change. The filter system can change. The information that you get in doesn't change, but the way you view it changes and the way you store it changes. So you have this limitless ability to change your reality. This is the truth. But the majority of people go for the cop-out. It's too hard. I don't have the skills. I've never been taught this stuff. I don't have it within me. It's too difficult. I'll never be able to achieve it. And on we go. And therefore, we begin living this life of comfort. Let me tell you something. Comfort is the killer of your dreams. Comfort is the killer of all your goals. As soon as you become comfortable, you're done. You're done. The only way to overcome anxiety is when you feel anxious. The only way to overcome fear is when you feel fearful. The only way is this way. Number two, you're shifting your past perspectives. So emotional trauma may have arisen in your life as a child. Maybe you were bullied around the schoolyard. Maybe someone took your toy. Maybe your mom and dad were fighting. Maybe someone slapped you in the face. Maybe there was something traumatic that happened that caused you to believe something, that caused you to ingrain that behavior and that belief within you. Now, if you're on the road to recovery from anxiety, you're doing a better job at shifting your perspectives over what happened. The school bully now is jobless, homeless, and all the things come right around to him, and karma takes its place. That's it. And guess what? Whatever happened, I began viewing it in a different light, and I began taking a lesson from it. I'm glad it happened because. So this is the perception you have. This is the reality you have as far as your past life now, as far as your childhood life, as far as you growing up in your teens, in your 20s, in your 30s, no matter what it is, whatever emotional trauma was there, you learned from it and you reframed it. You reframed it to fit the identity that you're creating. Number three, you understand first fear is okay, but second is a choice. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how important this is. First fear is totally fine. First fear is wired within you. Let's say you're going into a shopping mall, a stimulating environment for many, many people. There's people, symptoms arises, there's too many shops, your friend forced you to go in there. It's a stimulating place. Just taking one example. We could use any example we wanted. All of a sudden you step into that mall and you get what's called first fear. That first initial arousal, the first initial set of sensations, symptoms, warnings from your subconscious mind, do not go there. Danger is around the corner, and it provokes you to go back through the sensations and through these thought patterns that you're going through, and your heart rate begins to increase. All of these things are a warning from your unconscious mind saying, stay away. That's called first fear. Now, once first fear appears, That's natural, that's normal, that's your stress response. We get that. That's built into you. Everybody goes through that at some point. But then we add second fear. We rationalize the story. We analyze the situation. We make it much, much worse. Then third fear. Then fourth fear, and so forth, till we build ourselves up to a point where we have an attack. Or we run from the environment. We're never going back there ever again, no matter what. And we place a negative pairing, a negative meaning to that place, that environment. Once first fear appears, now you have options. Now you're in control. You can begin to understand that you are in control after first fear. Either you add to it or you add something else to it. Through your thought patterns, through your words with people, through your actions, and through your imagination. So, first fear is mandatory. Second fear is optional. That's up to you. And then through that second reaction that you place, that you know what? It's just a mall. I've been here before. You build up evidence. You begin speaking your truth no matter what it is. Then you begin building more and more confidence and reassurance in yourself that you can. And as soon as you believe that you can, you begin taking one small step forward into that mall, and then another one, and then another one, and then you prove to your unconscious mind to say, you know what? It's not so bad here. And then what happens to the sensations? They subside eventually. So, you understand first fear is okay, but second is a choice. Number 4 sign that you're moving in the right direction as far as anxiety recovery goes is you understand that consistent happiness is not necessary. Neutralness is just fine. A lot of people say I either have to be happy or I have to be angry. I have to be this or I have to be that. You don't have to be either. You can be right in the middle. A place of neutralness is a place of calmness. So if you go into a grocery store or you're at home and you're feeling quite neutral, guess what? You're feeling calm in that moment. That's a great place to be because your system is saying, this is a good place. There is no threat. We're fine here. Everything is fine and dandy. And don't go searching for anxiety. Don't go searching for your sensations. Where could they be? This feels really foreign. No, this is who you're trying to create. Create a familiarity around neutralness, and I promise you, you're going to move past this feeling and this part of your life very, very quickly. Number 5, you see fear-provoking sensations, environments, and people as a challenge now. Oh my goodness, what a transformation for you. Anything that causes fear or a rise in sensation, whether it's an environment, whether it's a person or a time of the day, you say, you know what? It's not a trigger, it's a challenge. And because it's a challenge, I have an opportunity for growth to reorganize my entire subconscious mind and my body and the reaction I want to this thing in the future. So you see those fear-provoking areas as challenges for you. Remember that time where you were in the playground when you were a kid, or you were about 10, 11, 12, whatever it was, and there was that roller coaster. And you said, nope, I'm not going there. No way in hell I'm going on that thing. And then you started walking around the park, familiarizing yourself with the area and the playland, whatever it was. And you said, you know what? Let's go for it. I see everybody else doing it and your friends convinced you. You got on that roller coaster. It was scary until the midpoint. And once the midpoint was through, you began to say, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. Next thing you know, you got off that roller coaster and your anxiety levels as far as the pairing and the association around the roller coaster subsided. So instead of being a 10, now it was a 7 or a 5 or even a 0, no matter what it was. Same thing today. You see these places, these people, these environments as challenges, not triggers, and I'm so proud of you for doing it. Number 6. You have new inner and outer language patterns that your brain and heart understand. Ooh, my goodness. If you're at this level, I commend you. the internal language that you use, the internal words that you use, the way you speak to yourself and the way you speak to other people is changing. You're using words such as transition, powerful, moving in the right direction, empowered, great day, not crappy day, the majority of my day was good, my energy is coming back. No matter what language you're using, you're moving yourself into a whole new identity, whole new belief systems, whole new skills and abilities, whole new behaviors. Everything is falling into place because your language is getting better, not only internally, but with people as well. Good for you. Number 7, you realize that your teachers, your partners, your friends were most of the time wrong in their beliefs and their actions. Most of the time they were wrong. They were getting their information from people that were getting their information from other people, and so on and so on. So if you are filled with these core beliefs of lack, core beliefs of not good enough, core beliefs of you'll never get there, we only can be certain amount, money doesn't grow on trees, health is lost when you're 50, the older you get, the worse you get, the slower you get. If these beliefs were ingrained into you, you realize now that they just might have been wrong. And you question it. You question those beliefs. You question your thought patterns, and you question your own behaviors. And you say, you know what? Maybe there's a different way to think about this. There's an island where almost everybody on that island lives till 100 years old. They meditate. They go through herbal mixtures. They're at peace and they're at Zen. They drink pomegranate juice. They do all sorts of things. And you're telling me that as you get older, you get worse? There are people out there that I know personally. As they get older, they get smarter. As they get older, they move quicker. They have the energy of 20-year-olds, for God's sakes. They have the mental capacity of 20, 30-year-olds. It's incredible. So question your beliefs, question your teachers, question your partners, your friends, where you gained your information, question all of it, and begin understanding that there just may be a different way to see everything. Number 8, you're starting to find fulfillment in the small things. Small things. Oh my goodness. I sit on the bench. I'm overlooking a park. I'm people watching. I can feel the wind against my face. I can take a deep breath and be so grateful for this breath. Grateful that I'm not underground, I'm above ground, and every day above ground is a great day. Every day above ground is a great day. You're starting to find fulfillment in the smallest things, which shows you're on your way to greatness, fulfillment, happiness, health, wealth, everything I want for you. Number 9, you're finding and taking advantage of opportunities to help others with stress and anxiety. This is interesting because during my time going over anxiety and coming to the end stages where I was finally stepping into this more confident, empowered person that could, I began to find that I was starting to give tips and advice to other people, and it was just kind of automatic. I started to go, and not from an egotistical view, just from a place where I can help them, where my heart was whole. I was in it for the right intention. So someone would come to me, I had a stressful day. Well, here's what worked for me really well. Here's how you can change your perspective over that person or that thing that bugged you. Maybe you should work on your physiology a bit. It tended to help me quite a bit when I was stressed out. You begin to give advice and tips, which cements your own recovery and your own identity at a higher level. You begin to cement who you actually are becoming by giving tips and advice when the opportunity arises. Number 10, you see yourself as a warrior, not a victim of your circumstances, your thoughts, or your sensations. You're beginning to view yourself moving in the warrior's path. You're becoming more open to suggestion. You're becoming more open to things that you weren't open to before. You're questioning your own beliefs. You're moving in the direction of higher vibration, hanging around people that don't bring you down. You see yourself as a warrior, not a victim. And I'm not talking from a motivational point of view. I can't stand those motivational videos on YouTube. Every quote that I put out makes you think. That's what we need more of. We need to think about things. We need to question things. We need clarity over things. We don't need more motivation or willpower. The warrior has a strategy and takes control of his or her habits, which then creates their reality. And that's who you're becoming. I'm going to give you a bonus. Are you guys ready? Number 11, bonus. You now have a very clear picture and emotions that go with that picture of what it is you want out of life, and you have a set amount of time to achieve it. This is really important. Do you know what you want? Do you know what you really, really want? And don't just say happiness. Think about the different aspects of your life and how great it's going to be when you're stepped into that true identity, that warrior as a whole. How is it going to change that aspect of your life? Are you emotionally attached to that? Good. And do you have a time frame? I want to get here by now, because now you're planting the seed in your subconscious mind and in your entire system, and in your energy field. You're saying, here's the seed and it's time for me to water it. Those are the 10 plus 1 reasons that you are on the road to recovery from anxiety. Those are the signs. Those are the signals. If you can begin to see these things within you, I promise you, you are becoming the warrior as a whole. And I am so, so proud of you, my friends. So proud. I love you so very much. If you're enjoying this podcast, please give it a rate and review. And I'll see you in the next episode. Remember, you are more than anxiety. Bye-bye.
Thanks for being an important part of the Anxiety Guy podcast community. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a positive rate and review. If you're searching for further support on your road to recovery from anxiety, head over to anxietyexit.com and take part in the powerful End the Anxiety program based around the CBT model. If you're searching for a more one-on-one approach, you can sign up now for personal coaching sessions with Dennis via Skype. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next episode.